Have you ever had a bad roommate? If you've been following me for a while, you know that for the past year, I've been dealing with the worst roommate. I moved out in January and he has not returned my deposit. He ghosted me. Maybe he blocked my number. I don't know. He hasn't responded to text messages since March. We were on a month-to-month lease. I moved out, he stayed, and so when the new people moved in, he was supposed to take their deposit and buy me out of mine since it was all being held on the apartment. And I'll get into all the evidence and reasoning and all the other stuff later on in another video. But since he quit responding to me, now I have to take him to small claims court. But dealing with him and just the drama of this all, I could not wrap my head around how to go about it. And I know lawyers are crazy expensive, so I looked at a few legal services to see what they offer, and I decided to partner with Justice Direct so I can sue my roommate and share my experience with you in real time. And again, if you've been following me for a while, you know the whole backstory. If you're new, I have a playlist in my profile, and you're more than welcome to go there and watch the 10 videos about all of the drama that took place when we lived together. So far so good. I'm gonna split this first video into two parts. First, I'm gonna talk about how to file the case and what all that entails. And then part two, I'll talk about how service of process works, and you'll want to watch that video because there was some drama. He was being very dramatic about the whole thing, but we got him served. So when you sign up, you get a dedicated state attorney in the state that you live in, and you can ask them 3 questions about the merits of your case, get their opinion on how strong they think your case is. But then throughout the process, you can ask unlimited questions about the legal process. You also have a dedicated customer service representative who you can text or email and ask questions there too. The person I'm in touch with responds really quickly, is really helpful, and always updates me anytime something happens. With the process server, which we'll get to in the second video. But she reached out on every single attempt, and there were quite a few. So when you sign up, you'll fill out all your information, the defendant's information, description of the lawsuit, and then gather all the evidence. For me, I uploaded text messages, emails, photos of the room, the condition that I left it in, text messages discussing the exchange of money between us, and the exchange of money that should have happened between us, copies of our lease. Anyway, so you'll upload all of that into their portal, and you'll be able to label it, and then it'll create a case summary, a little spreadsheet that has all of your evidence in it and listed what it is. Because when you file it, and Justice Direct will file your lawsuit for you, which is the big thing because you want to make sure that it's done properly. But all the evidence that you put in, they'll compile into a PDF set. So you'll get a spreadsheet showing what evidence you have and a summary of the case, and then all of your stuff. Which you'll need later, because when you go to court, you have to take a copy of that. You actually have to take 3 copies of that. For you, for the judge, and for the defendant. So it's good to have all that organized and ready to go. So once they file the lawsuit, you'll have to serve the defendant with the lawsuit. You don't have to wait to get a court date until they get served, but the court will give you, for us, it was 60 days. So they booked out the hearing 60 days from when we filed so that we had time to get him served. And he was a little sneaky, so it took almost the whole 60 days to do it, but we got him. Anyway, so stay tuned for part 2, where I talk about how the service process went, the initial hearing, and then part 3 will be the whole case, resolution, and I'm going to go through all the evidence. Because once it's all said and done, I'll be able to talk about it in more depth.